Hi, welcome back. In this class, we'll see how to write a Python code to handle runtime exceptions. What are exceptions? Exceptions are runtime errors, like a file is not found or a divide by zero error. Exceptions are not syntax errors. Syntax errors are code development stage errors. We fix them before we get a clean run. Exceptions are runtime errors. Suppose a file is missing or moved. That is a runtime exception error. Similarly, somewhere in the script, the code is dividing with a zero. That is a runtime exception. It's called divide by zero error. These runtime exceptions will crash the scripts. These must be handled properly so that the scripts exit gracefully. Just like Java's try-catch mechanism, Python provides a try-except mechanism to handle runtime exceptions. Let us see with some code examples. Let us create two variables, let's say a and equal to 100 and b equal to 10. Let us write a mathematical expression. Let us say a star b, let us say plus some mathematical expression, 1000 star a and divided by a slash a divided by b, some mathematical expression, and let us print print x. All right, this is a simple example. Okay, let us execute this one and see what the results we get, and maybe we can say I'll say x equal to x, right? And then I'll execute this one. It says x equal to some 11,000 or something. All right, and suppose by mistake, suppose if you change this one to, let us say, by mistake you put a modulus operator instead of a division operator. See, let us see what we get. See, we got a exception. It's a zero division error because this a modulus b is producing a zero. See, if you see a modulus b, that will produce a zero. So that is why, I mean, this part is getting divided by 0. So that is the reason it is raising an error. It's a zero division error. Let us see how to handle such this is a zero division error. Let us see how to handle this so that the script exists gracefully. I'll copy this code. I'll take an and let us say here, let us use Python's try except mechanism. Let's say try colon, and this is a try block, so indent that. Also let us this is also part of that one. Let us so that is a try block, and then we have tried the except block. Except let us say print error, something wrong in x calculation. we're just printing out the message uh, and exiting. Let us see in this case what happens. Suppose if it is a regular division, there is no problem. Let me execute this. So you get x equal to that 11,000. There is no problem at all. Suppose if it is a mistake, you put a modulus operator. Let us see what happens. See, the script exists gracefully with a message. Whatever the message, whatever we are doing here in the accept block, it just executes. It says here we are just printing a message saying something wrong with the X calculation. So this time it didn't crash like this. It didn't crash. It didn't raise any error. It just exited with the messages. That is the way to trap errors in Python code. Here we are not specifying any particular error. We are just trapping anything. If anything goes wrong in this part of the script, then it will exit like this. But we can specify. We can look for specific errors. Let us say, for example, we can look for a zero division error. Let us say we can put it. Let me copy this. I'll put it here, and I'll look only for a zero division error. Here in the accept block, you can specify what type of error you are looking for. You can say zero division error, and also you can get the error message from Python's error message. I can say zero division error as error, and also we can print that error. You can say something wrong with the X calculation, and then also we can print that error. Let us see what happens, what we get now. Right now, if I execute this, it says first we get our message, something wrong with X calculation, and this is the message. What is the error? It says a division by 0. That is the message. That is the Python error message. So we can extract the error message by specifying a variable here. You can say anything. You can say E or X or anything. This is just a variable name. So that is how to catch. I mean, here we are catching just a zero division error. There are so many errors, documented in Python documentation. And let us see one more error. Let us see a file not found error. Okay, I'll just copy this one. I'll create some more code here. I'll say f equal to file open. You know this function, file open function, and I have to give two parameters. One is a file name, the other one is file mode. File name, I'll say my file dot txt. I have my file dot txt in this current directory, and then I'll give the mode, R mode, just a read mode. And once I get a file pointer, that is the iterable object, you know that will loop by using a for loop for I say a line in f file object, and this just let us print line, and let us use that end constructor. Let's say okay, that is let us say that this is fine now. I'll just put it back to slash. Let me execute what let us see what we get here. See, I mean, everything went fine. There's no problem here because there's no modulus here, and here second thing is we are opening the file and reading all the lines. That file is a small file with 5 lines, so we just printed the 5 lines, and there's no problem. Everything went fine with the try block. Suppose let us say the file is not there. I'll just say yum. means the file is not there. I changed the name of the file. Let us see what happens now. If I execute, oh, I got a exception. I got a file not found error. Even though it is in the try block, because I'm not catching that error, I'm catching only zero division error. That's why it raised the error, file not found error. So let us catch this error. We can say, okay, just let us copy this. Let us add one more except block. I'll say copy this, and let us say error in file open, and let us print out the error, whatever the error message we get from the Python. So here now we are catching the errors, and let us execute now. Wow. See, now it went out gracefully. Just printed out the message. This is our message. Okay, error in file open. Let us separate it. We can separate it by, we can say, and this is the message. This is the error message from the Python. Let us. I will run it again. See, now they are separated. This is the message I am putting, error in file open, and separated by dashes, and this is a message from Python. So that is how to catch errors. See, right now we are catching two types of errors. One is zero division, and the other one is file not found. Actually, there are so many errors documented in Python documentation, and actually you can see. Actually, I can see all this at this site. This is the address, docspython.org library. The exceptions.html, that is the file, that is the place where you can see all the exceptions documented. And actually, let us go there. This is the documentation. So these are all built-in exceptions, and so there are so many exceptions. So we just saw two just for a demonstration purpose, like a keyboard interrupt error, and the memory error, and all this overflow error. See, you see the stop iteration error. This is a stop iteration exception. We saw this one when we were working with the range function. When we are writing our own range function, we saw that the next method will give a stop iteration exception. Also, let us see where is zero division error. So all these are all documented here. If you want to trap any other errors, you can get it, the message. I mean, you can get the error tags from here. One last thing I want to tell about this except block. Suppose if there is any code after except block, let us say print just some code. Say print hello Python. Let us put maybe a couple of lines of this. Let us see, suppose if we execute, if we execute this, I mean, this is what's happening. After, if it encounters any exception, just prints the, and whatever is there in the except block, it does, and it continues. For that, I mean, suppose if you want to exit the script, you have to put an exit here. You have to code an exit function. You have to call an exit function from the script. then only the script will stop running, and if not, it will continue. Except I cannot show it on this interactive on the notebooks. Let us go to Unix box and see. Let us write a small script to demonstrate this. I'll go to, okay, this is my Unix box. I have already created a script, it's a test.py. I just copied whatever we are doing on the notebooks. Here we are defining A and B, and this is the try block, and these are the exceptions handling. And suppose if I run this one, let me run this one. I'll say Python 3, and the name of the script is test.py. If I run this one, I get this error, exactly what we got in the notebook, and then it continued. The script continues because there is no exit. Because there is no exit after the exception handling, that's why it was just continuing. We got these two messages, so we had to put an exit here. We had to put an exit here. Suppose if you want just exit after printing that message, the exception message, you can pass any error number if you want. I'm just passing one here. That will be, I mean, from the operating system we can read that error if you want. Normally this is used in the batch processing and all that. Let me save it and quit. If I run it now, we don't see that the two messages hello Python, because once after handling the exception, because there is an exit there, it goes out of the script. So I just want to show you that the exception handling, it won't end the script. It will continue unless you code an exit statement there. Let us go back. So that is all about error handling in Python, and we'll stop here and we'll move on to the next section. Okay, thanks.